Wow, I look lovely today. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel.
If you're new.
Ignore this. This is a bag full of delicious tomatoes, which I can't eat, which I kind of want to eat, too. How was that salad dressing?
I haven't tried it yet.
Well, you ought to have that tonight.
I might.
Chris, how come you left as soon as I started filming?
I remembered something. Checking right quick.
He's as bad as the dog. I told Wolf, I said something about I was going to do a video. He got up and went over and sat down with Mom. I know when I've been insulted. I'm telling you now. Oh, that dog, though. I love that dog. He's broken my foot off my ankle since I've been home.
No, I brought it home.
What?
It.
What, buddy?
I forgot if I brought my camera home from the zoo or not, and I did, and that's what it was.
Was the zoo today?
No, it's this month, so I was going to whip it out again.
Okay.
That's what made me leave, was making sure I didn't leave it somewhere where it's not accessible.
I've spent all afternoon into the evening at the emergency room. I was there forever. I left out of here, what, about 1:30? And I got home, what, about 6?
Yeah.
About 6.
And
yeah.
Except for the trip to the x-ray department, which probably took 15 minutes, I spent all that time in the waiting room. And then at the last 15 minutes that I was there, they scooted me on back and put me in the chapel and told me what was up with my ankle, and
They didn't know.
they didn't know. It turned out they don't know. And gave me a prescription and sent me on my merry way. But the girl was real nice. She didn't even ask me if I needed to be helped out to my car. They had me in one of those little wheelchair things. And because I wouldn't have made it to my car. I couldn't have made it. My foot was so much worse. Because I'd been sitting there for 3 hours with it hanging down, and it needs to be propped up. And it got huge. That little ankle bone that usually looks like that, you know,
Out the side.
about the size of your nose, it's like this. It doesn't look real. It doesn't. I'd show him, but I don't want to show him the dirty house behind it. It's huge. And the touch of my sock hurts it.
Yes.
I've never had this kind of pain, even with broken bones.
Not to mention Wolfie passing.
Yeah, and Wolfie keeps running into it. Holy moly, I've had to make up new cuss words. It's been so bad.
Poor Mom, you can't get a break.
I did come off with a good one when she grabbed it and pulled on it. Come off with a couple. Not as good as that boy's, but they were good. They're pretty good.
Okay, for not that long.
Yeah. There was a boy in the emergency room hollering and moaning and crying and cussing at the top of his voice. Hollering out about every 5 minutes. Ah, they're trying to kill me. He had an IV in his arm. Okay, and he was about 14 years old, and he thought he knew everything. Finally, one of the cops that worked security come over and said, I'm going to arrest you, and then I'm going to make you sit here and wait for your appointment, and then I'm going to take you to juvie if you don't stop it right now. He stopped it right now. He was calling them girls the worst filth.
Names you could think of.
Worst filth you can imagine. There's even a couple I won't say, you know. He was calling them really bad stuff and hollering how they were trying to kill him and nobody should have to sit with a needle in his arm. And I was like, oh, will you shut up? So after that, he quieted down, but he sat there and he crossed his arms and he went, me, you know. And I leaned over. I leaned over because his grandma brought him in, and I said, hey, let me ask you something. She's like, what? And I said, is he retarded or something? And she started laughing. Now, disclaimer, don't come for me in the comments. I would never ask anybody intellectually delayed if they were retarded. I know it's a slur. But I also knew it would piss him off.
Yes.
And that's why I did it. I'd been listening to him scream for 2.5 hours.
And she had enough.
And I had enough. I'm not my most gracious and forgiving when I'm in pain. Hell, I'm not that gracious and forgiving when I feel good.
Yeah.
So I came home and took a fistful of pain pills. And then after they kick in a little bit, I'll take the prednisone they gave me. But it's probably tendinitis mixed in with the fact that it's the tendons around a place where I have really bad arthritis. And it's just a mess. And it looks horrible.
And that's not good to have.
I couldn't get up the ramp. And then the kids couldn't get the wheelchair up the ramp. I had to stand up out of the wheelchair and let them get it on the ramp and then sit back down. And I was like, hold on to the back of it because I'm thinking I weigh a lot. I'm going to flop back in this chair and it's going to...
push you up.
Yeah, I said I'm going to flop back in this
You
wheelchair and it's
couldn't
going to
remember
roll
the trick
backwards
to
over
get
their
it
little
up to
broken
slant
bodies.
In the ramp.
I said, it's going to roll backwards over their little broken bodies
Yeah.
when I flop back in this chair.
Right.
And the ramp's not flat on the ground. That's like a bump
I know,
at the
there's
start of it.
A lip.
Yeah.
And we couldn't remember the trick for bumps. We've seen so many.
So
bumps.
Ben grabs the wheels, backs up, and then rammed it into that. And first off, that hurt.
Yeah.
And secondly, he almost dumped me out.
Yeah.
Ben is not the brightest bulb. but
That's when I decided
fun.
standing up was probably my best option. No.
So did you walk all the way up?
No, I couldn't have.
Didn't
I
think so.
pushed her all the way up once we got over the bump.
I was able to go to the bathroom after I got home because it's mostly flat. I can make it work if I have to and it's flat. But I learned going into the hospital that I can't handle any kind of
Ramps are
incline.
no-no.
I think it's because you have to put your foot at that little bit of an angle
Yeah.
and it just won't hold me.
Yeah. Down is bad enough.
But up is not happening.
Up is like impossible.
Impossible.
I almost broke my neck trying to get in the car in the first place.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's my thrilling story for today. I know nobody cares, but it was exciting to me.
There it is anyhow.
There it is anyway. You come to this channel, you knew what was going to happen.
That's funny because it's true.
Because it's true, yeah. So Wolfie's laying over there looking sad and pouting.
Well,
His mom's on the video.
it's a good boy, Mommy.
He was so happy and excited when I got home because I was walking funny. And he was like going to jump up on me and knock me over and everything. He was so excitable. I saw his cousin today. There was a dog on the smuggling show on National Geographic. Looked just like him. Had the white on the back of his head, had the white on the top of his head, had a few little speckles. Look, the coloring was perfect. And he looked just like him. And he laid his ears back when he was happy and got that happy puppy face that Wolfie gets. Look, the spitting image of my dog.
Tell them what happens when the policeman rewards them with pats.
Okay. Other dogs, I guess you reward by giving them a toy and playing with them for a minute. And, oh, you're a good boy. Now this, all he has to do is give his dog a couple pats on the back and say, you are a good boy. You did a good job. That dog goes batshit.
Like Wolf does.
One giant vibration. Looks like he has about 8 legs and 2 tails. And he just vibrates around him in a circle. It's the cutest thing. Aw. Puppies are sweet.
Happy dog.
Happy dog.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they won't treat them with food
No.
when they're working.
Yeah.
Because I always think of, you give dogs food for a reward,
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of good reasons not to. And the main one being, if they normally fed their dogs treats,
Mm-hmm.
people would get, so they carried poison treats and stuff.
Well, they said the main reason is because for a dog to want a treat, it has to smell.
Mm-hmm.
And they can lower their ability to
Mess
smell
up
for a
their-
little
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the people that were smuggling drugs,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that is so stupid. Why did you think they weren't going to
Mm-hmm.
find that? You might as well have been carrying a big sign that said, "Arrest me, I've got drugs in my truck."
Yeah.
But this one person shipped an industrial welder into the country.
Full of drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was a big drum, a great big drum,
Mhm.
and he had got into the insides of it somehow and packed all the space between the inner drum and the outer shell thing with, I forget how many kilos. It was like 150 kilos or something of cocaine. And they said it was over $1 million.
They couldn't see it from the inside. They couldn't see it from the outside.
And they x-rayed it, and it didn't show as an anomaly.
Mhm.
And so they were going to let it through, but the guy happened to have his dog and be coming through, and it wasn't his day to work back there. He was just coming through because he was getting off work.
Mhm.
And
The dog started.
the dog pointed,
Uh-huh.
and he said, "Go, go." The dog goes over there, and the dog starts,
Digging at it?
doing this and this and this. What do they call it when the dog stops? And it's it signals. The dog
Yeah,
signals.
it's a signal.
Yeah. And they're like, "Well, where the hell are the drugs? It's solid metal. There's no way." But yeah, there was a way. Oh my gosh. You know, it was like a $10,000 piece of equipment. But I guess when you're making over $1 million,
You can afford $10,000.
$10,000.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Okay, this is a horrible thing to say. Take it with a grain of salt because I don't think I mean it. I might a little, but not really. But that wasn't a deterrent to me. The money those people make made me think, one good drug run, and I could set my family up for the rest of my life and then some.
Mhm.
Really, you could do it. And I can see the temptation to people,
Mhm.
I wouldn't.
I'd rather win it on Jeopardy. The guy walked away with $2.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I can't believe it, though. It's just the temptation is too much, especially in them countries where they don't have anything.
Yeah.
They don't have anything. And they could have a life of luxury that would rival someone's in America's. Real luxury.
Buy and sell people.
Yes.
Well, if they ever do invent Jeopardy where all the categories talk about video game facts, I'd make a killing
You're going
there.
to sign up for that one?
I was doing pretty good on the Bible the other night.
You were.
To be fair, I just got done listening to it again a few months ago, so it's still
Mhm.
kind of fresh. Did I tell you Bonnie offered to come over and pick me up from the hospital?
Oh my.
Yeah. Wasn't that nice of her? I told her, "No, thank you. I drove and I need to get my car home." That was about the extent of it.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, Bonnie, this is what they said at the hospital. I'm still pale. I still don't look right.
Yeah.
By the time I got in that hospital, my shirt was stuck to me. I was covered in sweat. And I thought, why did I wear sweatpants? Because it's only like 63 degrees when I left.
Yeah.
And I didn't want my leg to get cold.
Mhm.
Damn. And I was surprised she didn't tell me to put an ice pack on it. If she'd said that, I might have cried. But anyway, I'm so glad to be home. So glad to be home. This is why I don't like to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
It takes forever. It smells horrible. You're going to run into at least one dickhead. I absolutely guarantee it. And it's too bright and too busy and too loud. And it's too much.
But the security cop was a great guy.
Oh, the guy that come over, he came by and he was walking by me. He was a cop that was working security. And he looked at me and he said, "Are you okay, ma'am? Are you all right? Do you need something? I can go get the girls. I'd go get one of the girls for you." And I was like, "No, but you could, if you wouldn't mind, pull over one of those chairs because I need to get my foot up." It'd been hanging down for 3 hours and it was not happy. It has to stay up. And he was like, "I'll do you one better than that." He took my chair over there. He turned it around so I could see the TV better. And then I could put my leg up in that chair. And then he said, "Do you need a glass of water?" Do you need a snack? Are you all right? Is there anything else I can get for you? And I was like, no, honey, you're fine. And then after he left, it occurred to me that my kids are older than him. Because he was in his 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, damn, I am old. It was awful.
Anyway,
You weren't old enough to be his grandma, but you weren't missing it by much.
I'm telling you.
anyway, it's been a hectic day for Mom.
Oh, yeah.
Mom does not like hectic days.
And it was bad enough before the day got hectic.
I think my pain pills might be working a little this time.
Yeah, I hope so.
That would be nice.
That would be really nice.
Still hurts. But not like it did. Now it just hurts. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? Before it was almost unbearable.
Yeah.
If I had it to do over, I wouldn't have gone to the hospital. And I would have not wrapped my foot in my walking cast last night.
Yeah.
Because up in the night, what little sleep I got, I woke up, I had to come out of it. It was hurting my legs so bad.
Yeah.
I can
I
understand.
can't stand to
that,
have
too.
anything touch it.
Right.
I ought to show you, it's gross. I ain't gonna do it, but I should. I ain't gonna do it because I don't want to bend over that far. Well, I told them we could have lasagna for dinner because we have a nice little Stouffer's frozen, little my ass, nice frozen Stouffer's lasagna in the freezer and some Texas toast with the cheese on top of it. But they done ate from yesterday's dinner, didn't you?
Yeah,
What'd you have, Chris?
my leftover pizza.
We had pizza last night. On my ankle, I got up and cooked that pizza. I impressed myself.
Yeah, that didn't
Yeah.
help it much either.
Shut up. I'm sure it made it better. Be quiet. Oh, that was rude to say that. That was
I know.
mean. She's right. That's what makes it so rude. Yeah. But we had homemade pizza last night. It was good. I still have half of mine.
Yeah, we both had apple one, didn't we? Chris,
What?
did you have half the pizza?
Yeah,
That's what I had too.
I didn't catch that. You
Your
said
crust
half.
probably wasn't any thinner, was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I tried.
There was one place where it was about that thick, but less than half of it was that way.
Yep.
The only thing I dislike about making homemade pizza is spreading out the dough. I hate to do that. It's just hard and I'm no good at it. It would be better if I was better at it, but
Yep.
I suck at it. My crusts are never nice and flat and uniform. Nuh-uh.
Well, you don't have the nice little pockets of sauce when you're doing it flat and even.
Yep.
Different bite in every mouthful.
I did some big.
What did that used to be?
Out of our friends too today, but I'll let Mom finish for her subject. first
That was a
before I go
commercial. Chris, do you remember that?
over. What?
A different bite in every mouthful.
I don't remember what food that is.
Oh, neither, but it sounds like an ad.
It was an ad.
I might not have it exactly word for word, but
Yeah, that's
I don't know why I keep going to chunky soup. No. That's the soup that eats like a meal.
yeah.
Oh, and then they did the commercial, the soup you can eat with a fork. That was
Mhm.
chunky too. Okay, what did you start to say, Chris?
I had a big accomplishment on our friends' day.
Okay.
After the usual stuff we were doing all week, we played a little game of guess the character by emojis, and it was mostly movie, video game, and kids movie characters, right?
Oh, cool.
And one of them was, I'm surprised they didn't use a monkey emoji. That would have made it much simpler, but I got
They
the
could have used a
other
picture of Chris.
Har har. But the emojis in question were an open flame,
Okay.
a monster, a hammer, and a ladder.
I've
And
never been good at that. I've
Yeah.
never been good at that kind of game, you know. What was it?
I recognized that 3 of the items represented the flaming barrel, the ladder, and the hammers on the construction side of the game Donkey Kong. So
That's when he said that. I went
Donkey
Donkey
Kong.
Kong.
And it was Donkey Kong.
That was a
They
good
used
song.
the same monster face that looks like a red devil minus the horns to denote it's a monster emoji.
Mm-hmm.
But they have monkey emojis. I'm surprised they didn't use that. Maybe they didn't want to give it away too easily.
Okay, I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it. Haven't you always wanted a monkey? Okay.
Yeah.
I love that song.
I got a couple of the superhero ones
One
too.
quick one. If you happen to like Bare Naked Ladies, not in person, but the group, and you like their song, If I Had $1 Million, you know how they say, haven't you always wanted a monkey? Well, he goes on to write a follow-up that not a lot of people have heard of, and it's called Another Postcard. And it goes, another postcard with chimpanzees, and every one is addressed to me. And he's talking about how he's gotten stuffed monkeys through the mail and postcards and pictures and all this, and he doesn't want any more. And it is so funny. But if you get the chance, it's called Another Postcard.
Yeah.
Okay, finish up, Chris.
So I got another couple right that were out of the ordinary. Because some people beat me to Mario and the other guys. But for the ones I did get for the superheroes was the Flash, which was a running man and a lightning bolt.
Okay, that one I could have got maybe.
And the only other superhero I got was a Marvel superhero known as, I forget his name right now, but I was a supervillain. I said the wrong thing. That's why I forgot. But they had a green glove and 3 gems, and I was like, Thanos. And that's what it was, because it's the Infinity Gauntlet reference.
See, I know crap about that. Nothing. I know nothing about any of that.
But he's a super
I don't know
villain,
the
not a
difference between like
superhero.
Marvel and DC and
The
I don't
final
know none
one
of
was
it.
a monster movie you'd be surprised I got, but it was half given away with the clues.
Okay.
There was a person in an inner tube as the first emoji.
Okay.
A bikini dolled up to look like a watermelon with no one in it as the second one. And the third one was a shark swimming sideways towards the first 2 pictures. You don't
No
notice what movie it
clue.
was?
What was it, Jaws?
Jaws, yeah.
Oh, well, there, I got it. Yay me.
Yeah. But they gave the clue as the bikini was a watermelon pattern, a sliced watermelon pattern. The person in the tube looked like the person out at sea with the shark below it. And then they had a great white emoji, but facing the
Chris
wrong
would
way.
notice the bikini.
Oh, yeah.
Chris would notice that.
Oh, lordy. Anyway, those are the ones I got.
I hate games like that. Now, as far as comic books, when I was a kid, I would get Cracked magazine. And sometimes I would get Mad magazine. I preferred Cracked, but Mad was good too. Enjoyed both of them. But the ones I liked the best, I hardly ever got. Mom brought them to me. Oh, she must have done it 3 or 4 times. She bought me old horror comics.
Oh.
I loved them. If I was going to collect comics, that's what I would collect. But you
And
know
those
what?
cost an arm and a leg down.
They're very expensive. I even ordered a coloring book. Stop laughing at me. I like to color. It's a nice, wholesome thing. Quit judging me. I ordered a coloring book that's all fronts of magazines like that. Some of them are sexy girls in red dresses or monsters, zombies coming up out of the graves, all kinds of different ones. That's cool. I won't color in it, though. I'm stupid.
There's only one...
It's too nice. I don't want to mess it up.
There's only one character I flubbed though in the whole thing.
Oh, what?
But I flubbed it because they based it off the wrong version of him. But they had the following emojis. Semi-truck emoji,
Optimus Prime.
Then they put a transform button, which is a right arrow and a button, robot, and sword, right?
Am I right?
Yeah, it was Optimus Prime, but it was Bayformer's Optimus Prime. And then dawned on me, he had a sword in movies I don't care for. 2 swords that came out of his wrists, but
Every time.
because it wasn't the original one I liked better.
Every time we run into a certain style and type of semi-truck, Chris has to go up to it and say, I know your secret, Optimus Prime.
I'm not even drunk doing that.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and finish this up because we're like at 25 minutes.
Yep.
That's a long time to not talk about anything.
And before then, I got correction. I said bowling was Thursday, but it's actually Friday. I goofed up.
I like
There you
Bowling
go.
for Soup. That is a good group. Okay, Ben, you want to add anything?
How much do you think I can sell Jesse for on Craigslist?
He's worthless. I mean priceless.
Hey.
It's not worthless, but not priceless. Because he ain't
Wolfington.
priceless, he's worthless.
My puppy's still mad at me. He's laying over there giving me the stink eye. Okay, Chris, you got anything to add? Any quotes or anything you want to add in?
Not today. Maybe next time.
Mine, I will finish off with a piece of advice.
And go to the hospital.
Don't go to the hospital. If you are in Delaware County, do not go to Grady Memorial Hospital. They're a little bit busy. I mean, they're complaining about how busy they are. And you don't hear that a lot, do you?
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
So, wow, they were slamming. Okay, thank you for joining us. Come see us Friday. Hopefully I'll be able to talk about something besides my ankle by then. I'm not sure, but it could
You're hoping
happen.
it's better by then.
Yes. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves. And we will see you Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye.